Hey guys, today I'm here to talk about a song that me and a buddy of mine wrote called Chessboxing Champion. It just came out on a record that I put out like a couple weeks ago, and hopefully this will be the first in a series of many songs or many videos where I talk about the songs I did. Because I'm a big fan of like a song exploder and just hearing about how people create their tunes. There's always a story behind every single song, no matter what. So, we'll start with this one, which I think is probably the most fun track on the record. And if you haven't listened to it, go and listen to it first. And then come back. What you just started with, or what I just started with, was a fun piano solo. Uh, that that is probably my favorite moment in the song. Um, but I'll talk about that a little later when we get more context. So, the song starts off with this cool crowd sound. And that, what is that? I think that's a sound I pulled from Free Sound. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, just have it panning left and right with lots of effects on it. Oh, and of course this would happen. Okay, oh, there you go. That happened because I used to have this on a different screen setup. Okay, so I have Primal Tap. It's been a while since I've looked at this, so I don't even know what half these things are doing anymore. I guess that's just a fun slapback delay, probably. Some funky EQing, a chorus to make it sound like there's even more people in the crowd, and for the sake of psychedelia, and a nice little filter. The panning, let's see here. The panning, yep, there's a little automation. I just did. And then we have the right side. Cool, gives it some nice stereo width there. Sounds nice. Okay, on to the start of the song. So, funny backstory. My friend and I wrote this song as we were about to go to the gym, and we had been talking about this idea of chess boxing. Like, well, let's bring our chess set to the gym, and we'll make a move in between sets. And it was just such a silly idea to us. And then eventually he picks up the guitar. And I'm pretty sure he was the one. Again, this is all fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure he was the one who's started playing. Started playing these chords. I was the champion. The vocals. Of the chess box. I'm pretty sure he just sat down and he busted out these chords. And we had chess boxing on the mind, man. What else are we gonna sing about? So if I recall correctly, then I think he was actually the one who said, "I was the champion of the chess boxing tournament." I was the champion. But that's me singing the lead. Chess boxing tournament back in 1994. So it was one of those kind of rare, special moments where you're able to just collaborate with someone totally on the spot and get a fun little song out of it. Also, tournament back in 1994. That's the year I was born. I don't know. It's just the first year that came to my mind. It sounded like a good year, 1994. So here we are. Back in 1994, I gave it my best shot. I gave it a good lot. I'm a nerd and I'm a jock. So that was like another funny joke with us for a while. Because we would joke about being nerds and jocks all the time. I don't know why. We used to yell at each other to leave our house because they're acting too much like a nerd or something. I don't know what we did or why we did it. So that made it into our song. You'll notice that there's slapping. Look at that. It even says right there, slaps. Maybe a bit too much reverb on it for my taste now. It's funny kind of looking at this stuff and realizing all the things you would do differently now, but whatever. I like that chorus. I ended up using the Primal Tap as a chorus. So that's what it sounds like, dry. Primal Tap. Sounds pretty cool. It's a nice little effect. See, now I'd probably mix this more like this. I always turn the mod on the little plate, and I don't even know why. I just have a very lizard brain. If I see a button that says mod, then I do it. It'll make things sound cooler, right? Okay. So that's what slaps sound like. And when we first kind of wrote the song, that's all I was doing. I think I was like banging on a piano lid or something. I was just doing a very simple rhythm and singing along. And that's, oh no, I was banging on my knees. I was doing the slap. But when it gets to this, that's when I hit the piano lid. I think Ninos wanted me to actually record that, and we never did. Because we opted to have a tom instead. Okay, so that's the first verse. I was the champion. And we got bass guitar. Of the chessboxing. I have a reamp right here, but I must not have been using it for the last recording. I kind of wonder what it sounds like. Yeah, it's just the low end. Yeah, I wasn't using it. Sounds alright. I would definitely record bass a little differently now. Let me see here. I would probably, do something like get the R bass on it, get a little more bottom end. Okay, well now you're clipping, but where is it? No. Probably something. Let's see. Something kind of like this is probably what I'd do now. But it doesn't matter. Let's remove it. Sounds decent. The toms. Tom sounds like total garbage. which is okay. There it is. Yeah, it recorded very poorly in a very bad room. Not even really in time. Then I had the TR8, the Roland TR8 at the time. And I was like, I just need more oomph. So I think I just physically played this. And then all the lower parts together. Maybe a little muddy, but it works. Chessboxing Champion. Okay, so Chessboxing Champion. Let's talk about the part it's real. You know that it's a thing. It's real. So yeah, we later discovered that chessboxing was an actual real thing, and that we didn't just make it up, and that they have tournaments for chessboxing. So that's fun. That's exciting. So we decided to make this a sort of freak folk thing. This section right here, this section you just heard, is probably like the most Animal Collective thing that ended up on this record, I would say. Obviously not obviously, but this record was very influenced by something like Sung Tongs, among many other acoustic, freak folk, psychedelic records. But this, to me, is like the moment where it just sounds like Sung Tongs. And this is, fun fact, this is also the only part on the whole record that's in 3/4 time. And the rest of the song is in 4/4 time. It's Let's talk about those effects. So this is, I'd already bounced this down, so I can't really show you this. But I just took an audio track of our vocals, and then I took a delay and just played with the delay time settings. I probably used Memory Boy or something like that. And then, of course, panning it all over the place. Probably don't really need to send this to the reverb. Yeah, that sounds good. Neat. Very psychedelic. What else? His claps sound good. Whatever. Shaker, tambourine all happen here. That's cool. And then this noise. Oops, let me just solo that. I don't remember what this was. Oh, listen to that. It's just like a sine wave or something. A sine wave and some noise. And then I put all of these effects on it, and it sounds like this. That sounds cool. I forgot to mention that's also at the beginning of the track, too. Come on. Yeah, blend it in with the crowd. Okay, cool. So... Chessboxing Champion. Alright. Let's talk about the vocals. So, I have a vocal double,
I was the champion
which I have muted
of the chess boxing
until the
tournament.
second verse.
Back in 1994,
I would call
I gave it my best
this
shot.
part the second verse.
I gave it a good lot. I'm a nerd and I'm a jock.
That's a nice little thing you can do.
I was the champion
There we go, look at
of
that.
the chess boxing tournament.
Then I got this idea from David Bowie. If you go and listen to Diamond Dogs, go do it right now. Stop this video and listen to Diamond Dogs, the song. And you'll hear that there's like underneath his regular voice, there's a tremolo voice, which is what I wanted to do here.
Of the chess boxing tournament. Go look it up on the internet.
That's cool. And then just kind of bury it under the regular one.
You know that it's a thing.
It's barely even there.
It's real.
Okay. So there's that. Don't care about automation anymore. Then we had like a nice little section.
Play me in chess to see who's better at fighting.
Just a nice bridge.
Fight me to see who's better at chess. I'll put on my best pair of fighting mitts and then put your king into check.
Yeah, I don't remember how we came up with that. It was probably the same day. We just threw it in there because we knew we needed a bridge or something. This little vocal ditty right here was me just trying to sound like Mark Bolan. So there it is. There it is, folks. Okay, let's talk about this fun piano solo. So this solo was so much fun. It was such a creatively rewarding process. So Ninos and I sit down. We know there's going to be some kind of solo. I think we assume it's going to be piano. I don't remember why exactly. And I play through the solo, and I'm playing through the changes just like you would normally over these chords. So it's E, F sharp to A minor. And I'm just kind of playing them, and Ninos is like, it's just too standard. There's nothing special about it. He's like, just play kind of fucked up. Just play like you really mean it. So then I just completely ignore the changes. I go the whole other direction, and I just played chromatic garbage nonsense. And he was like, yeah, that was really good. And we were both like, yeah, let's split the difference in the middle and like kind of pay attention to the changes. But if you play a whole bunch of wrong notes, that's fine too. And that's how we got this part. Yeah, and it's so fun and musical. We the honky tonk we actually made happen. If you'll notice, there's not even any chorus on it or anything. We just took his piano and you can set it to be two different settings at the same time, and that kind of makes like a chorusy honky-tonk effect. I think actually, now that I think about it, we probably did that and then recorded into his UAD with some kind of chorus on it too. But here, it's not, it's not coming from me. So then, to make it even honkier-tonkier, you do this. And there's a setting in here. Look at that. Old piano. Classic. Here's what it sounds like without it. It's quieter, obviously, but... yeah, it's really great. See, like, what was that? And quarter note triplets all over the place. These are all quarter note triplets. Little bit of a retard there. The whole quarter note triplets thing is just kind of fallen into my vocabulary by listening to too much Beatles, probably, because John did it all over. John did it all over every Beatles recording. But probably the most prominent one being "Love Me Do," the harmonica part, the. So, okay. And the piano is being sent to the vocal verb, which I forgot to point out a little earlier. I did something neat with the vocal verb that I took from Steely Dan. Let's see if I can find where. There it is. Where, let's just solo the vocals real quick. Where you have the vocal in the center, and then you pan stuff to the right. You pan the reverb to the right.
Play me in chess to see who's better at fighting.
Yeah, go listen to Black Cow by Steely Dan, and you'll hear that the vocal is so obviously right here, right in the middle, and that the reverb is so obviously over here. It's very cool. All right, we're getting close to the end here. So we have a coda. I think I just decided to have this coda. Oh wait, before we do that, let's go back to the piano part. There's another solo happening under the piano. Really, two more solos, because variation is always needed. And that has a filter that I put on it. Yep. Kind of makes it a little more psychedelic. And then horns. Both of these were from, what is that software called? Miroslav. That Ninos has, but I don't. So I just took his audio files. I think the horns kind of get in the way a little bit, and I would probably mix them a little differently now. But so it goes. And then we have the fun coda.
Chessboxing Champion.
With drums.
The Chessboxing Champion.
Actual, honest-to-God drums.
The Chessboxing.
Claps were taken from a different recording session. That sounds better without the tom.
The Chessboxing Champion.
That's a little cleaner without the tom. I played that drum part. I'm happy with how it turned out. Pretty straightforward. It's not much you need there. We have a nice pedal tone here, if you will. It's just a B. That's why this file is called The Bees. And then we did probably the cutest thing ever, which was we had his family come in, and they don't really sing. We just said, just sing Chessboxing Champion. Just listen, just sing it. We need some gang vocals. Just Give us what you got. And, well, let me just...
The Chessboxing Champion.
Even without that,
The Chessboxing Champion.
I mean, almost sounds demonic.
Chessboxing Champion.
Well, I really send to the reverb, don't I?
The Chessboxing Champion.
And then this,
Champion.
I think that's just Ninos.
Chessboxing Champion.
And I put chorus on them because
Chessboxing Champion.
why not put chorus on things, people? It makes stuff sound better. And then together.
Champion. The Chessboxing Champion.
And then it's buried enough that it just makes the recording sound fuller, you know?
Champion. The Chessboxing 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 Champion. It's real, real.
Cool. So that's pretty much it. I think the one thing I didn't talk about was Ninos' harmony.
I was the champion.
Got a little bit of phaser. I did this so
Chessboxing tournament
stupidly,
back in 1994.
but I don't do things this way anymore. I have a...
I'm a nerd and I'm a...
I have him going to the phaser. I have it as a send. I was just kind of trying something different. But it's... When you're doing something like that, you might as well just put it on as an insert and then not have it mixed all the way, instead of having to deal with another channel. But whatever. Lots of lessons learned in these recordings.
thing. It's real, real. Chessboxing champion.
There's so much... look at that. It's just so... It's huge to tiny. It's cute.
Chessboxing champion.
I probably should have adjusted that a little bit, but
Chessboxing champion.
oh well. It's all these tiny little, you know, nuances and things that go wrong that give character, right? That's what they say. Okay, I think that about does it. I hope you enjoyed this, because I'd like to do more, and I'm still kind of working out the format. So, thanks, and have a good one.